So without further ado, let's bring out our guests, Tommy McKelvey and Noah Saunders. These guys are extremely talented and just all around pretty cool dudes. So please give a warm welcome for Lowercase people.
Awesome.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
how's it going? Absolutely happy to have you here. All right. Yeah, you know, I like to keep it fresh and popping, right? You know,
nice.
Yeah, this is a music show. We're here to have fun, right?
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah, have fun now. Now's the time to do it. So, all right, so let's get right into it, you know. You guys obviously have a special connection. You're a duo. You make music together. So where did that connection start? How'd you meet?
Well, I guess we've always been friends. We actually met in church when we were younger, and through just, you know, not really having anything to do, we would just call each other up and hang out, and then that led to, you know, playing music, and then trying to create some of our own music, and one thing led to another, and here we are.
Huh, okay.
Cool.
So how long have you guys been, like, officially performing music together?
I could do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we played our first show, I guess. What year was that? What was the 4th of July?
2014.
2014, and then like it was probably, I think once we started playing our own music and not doing covers was just over a year ago about.
Okay, so still relatively...
no, sorry, just over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So how many songs have you guys made since then?
Well, made or released?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess tell me a little bit about the process of like making something and you don't always release it, I guess, right?
Okay, yeah, so I mean, I guess songs will come and go. I know we especially have ideas where I'll start something electronic or on a computer on a sampler, send it to him, he'll throw a vocal on it.
Okay.
That's happens quite sometimes. But also there's times where he'll sit down at an instrument, a piano or a synthesizer, and get down some chords, and we'll get a song, and that's the best it gets, you know. Because a lot of times our songs will work up, and then we'll evolve them, and then strike it down and try again and see how we can produce it and arrange it. And it's
interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty laborious, but I mean, there's also that's the fun in it. Sometimes, you know, you get certain parts that you didn't have before, and it feels good.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, like 2 years ago we had like 12 songs that we thought would be an album, and then decided to pretty much get rid of all of those songs. So those probably will never see the light of day. Yeah. And so now we have a whole another set of songs that we're working on and trying to get out.
Huh, interesting. Would you consider yourselves to be like perfectionists, or?
Yeah,
I guess
so.
in that regard, yes.
Yeah.
I guess because we never want to release something that we're not crazy about and we don't love. I think that's a lot of times in the scene, people will release something that they're not crazy about, and they don't like it, and that's not what we want to do.
Right. Okay. So you guys have been a duo formerly for, you know, several years, but my understanding is you just brought a third person on, right?
Sort of. Yeah. So we played our first show actually for Rowan for the Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
We've played our first show with our third member playing guitar, because we wanted to bring, you know, we're very like electronically based band, but we wanted to bring more of that rock drive that you can't get anywhere else except for at a rock show.
Right. Right.
And so we brought him on, and we've known him for a while. Actually, we played our first couple shows with him opening, or either us opening or him opening in his band that he was in at the time, Native Riff, R.I.P.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so and now he's in another project called Floor Scene that's also on the scene. Yeah, no pun intended. So so he's busy with that, but he's also helping us out with live shows. So we'll see how often he's able to play with us. But for the in the studio, it's mostly us right now.
Okay, so it's still mostly you guys in the studio and whatnot. So what are some of the challenges that come with being primarily a duo and then bringing a third person into the mix? Has it been difficult?
It's actually been pretty easy. I mean,
it's just hard to find the kind of person that we want, because we want somebody who like we can, you know, make our Office references to, but also get what we like, the direction we're going musically and like sonically.
Right, absolutely. They gotta really fit, I guess, right? Yeah. So how'd you find them? How'd you find this person?
Well, his name's Tom, and we had been friends with him before. We actually played one of our first shows with original music. We played with his band, Native Riff, like he said, and I guess his ex-band for that matter.
Yeah.
And you know, it actually took us about 2 years to get to this point where, like, let's have Tom come over and just play with us and see if we, he can get some parts down.
Yeah,
and it was
let's
cool.
give Tom a shot.
Yeah,
Okay, nice. Well, Tom, if
let
you're
him
listening,
tweak some pedals.
how's it going, my man? Absolutely. So, what genre do you guys consider yourself to be? Because I think on your Instagram it says like mod punk or something like that.
Does it really?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. Well, what would you guys consider yourselves to be?
We've had a lot of conversations about that, like trying to understand how we should like express it to other people.
Right.
Because we're not like a rock band, but we're not like electronic either. We're not like a pop band.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I can't really think of a genre, but I guess to describe it, it would be like rock. Well, I think to describe our music, it would be like a shark riding an elephant.
Okay.
With a machine gun. That's how I describe it.
Yeah.
And then you can take that any way you like.
Yeah.
But no. It's like, definitely electronic influenced.
Okay.
We're really about like that atmospheric synth stuff. But like he said, we want to have that drive that a rock band has.
Right.
That you can only get from one of those live instruments. But
Absolutely.
we listen to a bunch of other things too that influences our music also. So I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, one thing also that we've talked about a lot is like we at junior high, like we were always going to like local metal shows with my older brother.
Mm-hmm.
So like some of those shows were also pretty like influential for us because I feel like seeing at like as like 12 or 13-year-olds, seeing like people breaking their instruments and stuff was like, I kind of want to do that.
Right,
So like now we kind of bring that,
right.
take a keyboard that we can just break on stage.
Right.
But we also like are really into like the 80s and 90s hip hop stuff of like can't get enough of the Beastie Boys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
Beastie Boys for life. Okay,
jumping around on stage.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to ask you one more question before we wrap things up. I do want to know: is this like your pet? Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? Is this what you want a career doing?
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're pretty much all in with this.
Nice.
So yeah, neither of us go to college, and a lot of the money that we have kind of filters into funding this project. So we can hopefully, obviously, we'd like to get that money back in the future, but and make a career out of this. So.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping that it all happens.
For
so
sure,
yeah, guys,
thanks.
check them out for sure.
Awesome.
The Lowercase people, or not? Oh man, I did.
It's
They
all right.
told me not to say the Lowercase people. I said it. I said it.
It happens.
But anyway, thank you guys for coming and saying a couple words with us. It was excellent. Absolutely.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So now I know what you guys are thinking. Those guys were so flip dang cool that I want to be in a band too.